Hello Game Staters. This video is going to be about upcoming releases, E3 and the future of gaming. So first off, I just want to say I hope this E3 is going to really deliver on some of its games. I know for sure that Cyberpunk will. CD Projekt Red didn't fail when it came to The Witcher 3 or their DLC expansions, sorry. Well, they are additions, so I'm really hoping Anthem is a big hit. I'm also looking forward to other games hopefully making an appearance. I did have this open, but I must have closed it. So one of the games is Darksiders 3. I want to see more on that. There hasn't been a huge amount of news on that, and not a lot of people are covering it. My internet's going slow. So what I mainly want to talk about is the evolution of games. Okay, now for some of you, the evolution of gaming might be make a sequel. You know, let's use Call of Duty as an example. So they make Call of Duty Modern Warfare 1, then they make a sequel, Modern Warfare 2. So for you, that might be the evolution of gaming, is when they make a continuation or a series. For others, it might be a remastered version of a game, like Naughty Dog's The Last of Us. It came out on PS3, and then after the PS4 was announced, they released it on PS4 as a remastered edition. For you, that might be the evolution of gaming. For others, it might be taking an old game and making it brand new, like what they're doing with Final Fantasy VII. It's an old game and they're reworking the whole thing, you know, combat, full-sized characters, maybe add in a few more missions, more quests, side activities, things like that. Maybe new games to play, little mini games. I mean, for you, maybe that's the evolution of gaming. For me, the evolution of gaming is when developers take the core feature of a game and replace it with something else. Okay, so I'm going to use Call of Duty as an example again, and I'll explain why I'm using Call of Duty, because if you've played all of them, you'll know that every section in every mission plays out exactly the same way. Move from one area to the next, killing a load of bad guys. Move Section A, you kill 10 guys. You move to Section B, you kill another 10 guys. You move to Section C, D, E, F, all the way up to Z. Throughout the whole game, just killing bad guys. That's Call of Duty. So the core feature of Call of Duty is that it's a first-person shooter. Now, if, let's say, Triarch, I'm not sure now. Let's just say, yeah, I think it's Triarch. If its damn internet could go a little faster, that'd be great. So, Modern Warfare. No, I think it's Infinity Ward. I was going to say Sledgehammer again, but no. So, if Infinity Ward, well, there's a multiple developers here, so I'll just call them the developers. If the developers behind the Call of Duty franchise. Remove the core feature of that game, first-person shooter, and replaced it with something else, they could make a whole brand new franchise of games. So let's say the core features of a game, of any game, is first-person shooter, simulator, survival horror, strategy, RPG, things like that. And then you have the subcores, which, let's say FPS, subcore would be survival horror. For Doom, for a game like Doom, it's first-person shooter, and subcore would be mass monster killing. Kill lots and lots of demons. For other games, the core feature could be RPG and then / RTS, like, say, Command and Conquer. Sorry, Command and Conquer Generals. Now, the other core feature of a game could be like Battlezone. Battlezone is a first-person shooter. All right, you drive around in a cockpit of a tank, but you also have strategy values there. You have base building, base management, resource management. Sorry, defenses, units. That's that stuff. Okay. So let's say they took Modern Warfare, all right, and they removed the core feature, first-person shooter, and they replaced it with, let's say, isometric. I'm not sure what you'd call that. Things like the first Fallout, and I know they're RPGs, but what does isometric fall under a category of style of game? Anyway, if they took that and made it similar to Wasteland 2, except in a full military universe, where you rely on tactics, squad mates, each having their own abilities and weapons and explosives and things like that. You know, they come with different skills. Like maybe one guy is a sniper who can fly helicopters. The heavy weapons guy you have, he could know how to drive tanks or drive any land vehicle. And as for, you know, you'd have to make it a good round team. So four players. That's not to say let's make it a 4-player co-op so your friends can join in, because that'll just take away from the story. So 4 players, you can make your own 4 guys. Okay, so your first guy is your up-close assault class. He's going to rush in there with a shotgun and blast away everybody. Your second guy is going to be a medic. He's going to be not in the thick of it, but just behind the assault class. Okay, he's going to be there throwing him band-aids and antiseptic for his cuts and crap. Third guy is a sniper. He's going to be up on the hill sniping bad guys around the facility, around the outside, or up in the towers. Fourth guy is going to be heavy weapons, so he can lay down suppressive fire. Okay, Modern Warfare could really take a whole new direction. Okay, now I'm not saying let's, you know, just stop making first-person Call of Duties, because I mean, I think they're good. I really like the story from the start, and I started playing during Modern Warfare 3. And that was good because it really tailored to the way I played. Now, I know a lot of you say that camping is for, you know, is not for everyone, or camping is bad. And snipers, people who like playing as snipers, which is me, I like sitting back and just shooting guys as they come around corners, but at a distance. to me, that's a legitimate playstyle. One, because real snipers in real military situations will actually hold up in a particular spot for days or weeks until they get their target or until they've called back. So sitting at a distance with a sniper rifle is a legitimate playstyle. Now, you may not agree. A lot of you probably won't. Some of you, very few of you, will. The biggest issue with that are the people who like to camp around the corners, like right around the corner. Like you come through a doorway, they're sitting in the corner. And they're camping with a submachine gun or an assault rifle that can just open up on you as you come through. Where a sniper has to line you up. They have to hold their breath. They've got to take that shot. And sometimes, if you're lucky, you can actually dodge their shot. You know, like if they're aiming for your head, you could lay down and they could miss the shot completely, and that gives you an opening to shoot them back. So the developers behind Call of Duty, Modern Warfare, and Black Ops could really take a whole new direction with their games. One, the reason why I'm saying this is because Black Ops 3 was, to me, a really big disappointment. I tried playing it, I think a month ago now, and I couldn't start a new game. It had saved my new game, my previous game, for all time. So the only way I can start a new game is through select a mission. And when you do that, and this is where it sucks, you start out with everything. You get everything. You have all your grenades, all your guns, all your upgrades, all your abilities, access to all combat systems for your mechanical arms. Okay, and that's, for me, that ruins the experience, because I'm starting a new game. New game means I start out with nothing. Okay, I start from the beginning. So Black Ops 4 had better deliver on something new. Otherwise, I'm not interested at all. Now, they're supposed to be doing a reveal on the 17th, but it's in America, so for us it'll be tomorrow. On the 18th we'll see that reveal. They might do it sometime tonight. But yeah, if they branched out with their games, they could make one hell of a franchise. Okay, and yeah, it's a risk, but if they do it right, if they hire the right people and they incorporate the right technology, the right software, the right hardware, they could really pull it off. Not like the idiots of, sorry, not like the developers at BioWare. They twisted Mass Effect. They twisted the engine to fit what they were doing rather than mold what they wanted around the system. They just forced the system to do what they want. And it ruined the game. The other part that ruined it was taking it to Paragon Renegade system. That completely shocked it. Completely destroyed it, in my opinion. But I'm getting off track here. So, to me, that's the evolution of gaming. Okay, is where you take the core feature of a game, you take that out, and you put something brand new in and make it just as good. You give it that same feel, that same excitement. Now, making an isometric game with developers who have always done first-person shooters will be hard. But in my opinion, it would be a great turn for them, for both groups of developers. The other game I want to talk about is Blizzard's StarCraft 2. Now, StarCraft 2 is a great game. Well, StarCraft in general is a great game just on its own. But I don't want to see StarCraft turn into games like Gears of War or Call of Duty, where it's just being the same thing over and over and over. Okay, Blizzard have a great opportunity right now to turn StarCraft into a first-person shooter. Okay, they take that strategy core feature out and they put first-person shooter in with RPG and a little bit of strategy in it, depending on how they do it. They could make it work. So just imagine for a second that your plan as a Marine. You're under the command of James Rayner. You've got an intel from Valerian Manx that one of Dr. Narud's science facilities is now abandoned, and it may hold answers to hybrids and Protoss and Zerg and whatever experiments he was doing on. You also get told that intel has come back saying that there's Zerg still present on the planet. So while you're getting this information, you look to your left, there's James Rayner up on the screen. He's telling you all this. Okay, so you're not just seeing it on your visor or on the screen, however they want to do it. I was going to say put the visor up, and you look to your left and you see the screen there, and James Rayner's giving you the details of your mission. But it's however they do it. They want to make it more dynamic, or they want you to see everything on your visor. That's cool. That's great. That adds more atmosphere to the game. So after you get a few more details, your ship comes under attack and you veer off course. You're like miles away from the science facility, the landing zone, or the closest landing zone to the science facility. You wake up, your team is dead, you're alone, your marine suit is busted, so you have to get out of your suit and you have to make your way on foot. Now, I know some of you might think, well, how do you get out of your marine suit when it's basically tied to your arms and legs and all that? First off, if you remember, Finley wasn't in that suit by choice. He was put in that suit as a prison, as a mobile prison. And what it was that the suit was tied into all these major organs. And if he failed or didn't do what Manx wanted, he'd die. They'd kill him. Or Arcturus would kill him. But any other marine suit should be like a Fallout power armor. It just opens up, you jump straight in, closes down, boom, off you go. Maybe not even like that. Maybe the back just pops open and you can like pull yourself out. However they want it. The important thing is that you can get out of it. Okay, you busted your arm. Your arm is crushed or it's been damaged or something. You should be able to get out of it and continue on foot. So you get out of your suit. You head down this canyon. You're in a big canyon. And to your left is an old abandoned Terran facility. Okay? You go there, you make your way into the command center, and this is all in a first-person view, so you can see all the walls and bodies and blood all on the bloody floor and walls and everywhere. You power up the command center. You look to your right, you see that one of the screens is lit up, and on the screen is an SCV suit, basically saying there's still one available for use. So you go down, you think, well, I'm going to need to get this going so I can build a more functional vehicle to get me to the science facility so I can get an evac. So here comes in the RPG elements. Okay, you go in there, or no, let's say the strategy, because the RPG will factor in with the vehicles. So the strategy part is you've got to build a tech lab. Okay, so you go over to well, God, I'm losing where I'm going. I want to get to the good parts, and I keep getting off track. You make your way down to the loading dock in the command center, where the SCV suits are housed. You realize that the SCV suit in the bay is an experimental suit. It can build faster, gather faster. It's like a mule, except it doesn't have that expiry time. So you take the suit, you open up the bay doors, you take it outside, and you start building. You gather materials, you gather the blue crystal. You realize, okay, I can't build any vehicles because I need to build a supply depot. So you gather the materials. Let's say you gather 300, no, how much is a depot? 100 crystals. Yeah, so about 250 crystals. Okay, you build your supply depot, you get that done, then you go over to the command center, back over to the command center, you power up the factory, you go over to the factory, and here's where the RPG elements factor in. On the display screen is 3 vehicles. You can build a vulture bike, a Goliath, or a siege tank. Each one has their own strengths, weaknesses, armor value, weapon damage, speed, that sort of thing. So the vulture bike, one of the advantages is it's fast. It is really fast. It's also easily more maneuverable than other vehicles because it has, I don't know, something to do with the wheels or something. The wheels turn. They both turn. I don't know, whatever. It's more agile. It's faster. Mobility is off the charts. It has a grenade launcher, spider mines. What else was there? Oh, the armor. However, the disadvantages of it is that it has low armor and low weapon damage. So then you go to the Goliath. The Goliath is basically an average unit. It has average armor, has average weapon damage. It also, one of the advantages is that it's both ground and air weaponry. So you can attack ground units and still shoot things up in the air. Sorry, like I said, I'm getting off track. I keep thinking of all the good parts and I just make crap up as I'm going. Or say it out of order, and then I've got to go back and retrace what I'm saying. So the Goliath is an average unit. Average armor, average weapon damage. It can target ground and air units. Its mobility is limited as it's a walker unit. It can't actually like turn. You have to walk forward and then slowly turn. Or you could have it that the legs turn and you can sidestep like strafe left and right. Then the siege tank offers the highest armor, highest damage. It also has siege mode, but the disadvantages is that it is slow and it doesn't have a lot of maneuverability. So once you've built your vehicle, let's say you choose a siege tank. You're going to go with a siege tank because you want to bring the big guns. You head on out. You tune the frequency of your radio to James Rayner, and you can hear James Rayner saying, "Oh, we're under attack. We need reinforcements, and Hyperion, come on in. We need help. And send us some backup and all that. One of our units is down." And so you get on the intercom and you say, "Hey, James Rayner, I'm here. I'm on my way." So you get in the tank. You're already in the tank, sorry. So you drive down this valley, and you notice that the base is built on a mountain that overlooks the science facility. So you weren't that far away. So you continue along the path, and as you get closer and closer, you can see gunfire start pouring out from in front of the science facility. You see Zerglings charging their flanks, and you can see a flamethrower being blasted out all across the battlefield. As you pull into range, you set yourself up in siege mode, and what happens is, because it's first person, you're sitting there in the seat. The seat pulls back, goes to the side, and then a telescope, a targeting reticle, comes down, and you look through it, and it comes up with like a another targeting reticle, but except this one's targeting the ground, and it shows you where you can hit. So you target away from your allies, because if you kill them, well, it's mission over. And you blast your way out. Right? You start opening fire on all these Zergs, and you can feel that power of the siege tank just boom, boom, just emanating from this tank, from its main cannon. So then James Rayner says, "Oh, thanks for the help. Come on down. We need you down here because you might be like the technical expert. Maybe that's why he's on the radio to the Hyperion. He wants another technical expert to get down here." So you make your way down. You can hear James Rayner onto the Hyperion saying, "No, cancel that. Our tech is here. He's safe." So you make your way down. James Rayner tells you to hop out of the siege tank, so you get out. Another guy hops out of his marine suit and jumps in the tank. James Rayner says that'll be great. Hell, they could even, let's say you chose the Vulture bike. James Rayner could say, "Oh, you went with something classic," or he could say something funny like, "I remember the good old days when I used to drive around in a Vulture bike." Or because you picked the siege tank, maybe he says, "I mean, I love the sound of the thunder of the big guns, but I would have gone with something more classic." You could have him say something like that, some funny one-liner or something. Then you jump in the marine suit and you go into the science facility, and here you can log into systems and you can read emails, messages between scientists. You can find out what's going on. These scientists were freaking out. They were doing some pretty weird stuff. Just something like that. I know I was all over the place with that, but I hope you get the idea. Blizzard could really open the doors for a whole new franchise of games. I mean, as another example, they take the next Diablo, if they are working on another Diablo. And to be honest, I hope it's a Diablo Online, because that would make it so much better for them. Because World of Warcraft is just going downhill. Okay, they keep slapping a coat of new expansion onto the old crap and expecting people to love it. And people do love it at first, but then it just becomes the same thing over and over again. Level, grind, gear, dungeons, raids, heroic dungeons, heroic raids, more gear, more grind. Making, I mean, can you imagine if Blizzard made World of Warcraft with today's technology? The facial features, the hair, the combat, just the animation, the special effects, the lighting, the scenery, the world. Whoa! But will they? No. No, because Blizzard are too busy having fun sodding around with games like Heroes of the Storm, Hearthstone, and Overwatch because they're fun games. They're probably less stressful. And they just let all their new interns muck around with World of Warcraft because they don't give a crap anymore. So Diablo Online would really draw the hordes of people back. Okay? It would really bring all those millions of players back if Blizzard did it right. If they took everything that they did right in World of Warcraft and put it into Diablo Online, they would have the best game around. They would trample every other MMO on the market. Some would say that they still are trampling most MMOs on the market, but not really. I don't believe they are. I think they've lost so many millions of people that those millions have gone to play other things, other games. God. If Blizzard makes a Diablo Online, I hope they keep some things or bring back certain aspects like talent trees. I mean, I loved making my Paladin into this tanking, ret, holy character. You know, I was main focus tanking, but some abilities I didn't feel were necessary, so I had that in retribution so I could do a little bit of extra damage. Then I thought, well, I want to keep myself alive. You know, I want to give myself that extra heal in case the healer is busy healing the DPS. So I put a little bit into holy. I thought I can sacrifice that little bit of DPS so I can heal myself a little bit better. Just that made it so much better. Now you've simplified it to the point that stupid people can play it. Your talent system is so simplified that it doesn't make any sense why it is like that. Okay, level 10, you choose one of 3 talents, or one of 4. I don't know what it is now. I haven't been on for ages. I'm sick of World of Warcraft. Yeah, and then every 10 levels or 15 levels or something, you know. No, that's right. Yeah, level 15 you pick a talent point. Then level 30 you pick a second. Then level 45 you pick another. It's so lame. It's so weak. And then on top of that, with a stupid grinding for a gear, that's all you do. When I first played World of Warcraft, I shivered with excitement just sitting there watching it install and looking at the box art. You know, you remember the box? It flipped open and you had that dwarf there. I think it was a dwarf paladin. And I was just sitting there looking at all the gear. Like, oh, that's shoulders, that's head, that's a cloak. What's that? Oh, trinkets. What are those? Then I was looking at, oh, that's a sword shield. And then you've got this little box next to it. I wonder what that is. You know? And it was just so exciting. And then when I started playing it, it's like this whole new world opened up. It was just full of mysteries and excitement and just so many wonders to explore. And I'm sorry to say, but World of Warcraft no longer has that. Okay, when I see another expansion, I think, Jesus, more grinding, more leveling, more constant reputation grinds. All this hype over God of War has also surprised me. If you've seen my videos, you know I've got the God of War Collector's Edition. I'm a little bit disappointed with it. One, because Kratos isn't as brutal as he once was. He's more timid. He'd rather punch the bosses to death. If for those of you who have played the God of War series, you'd remember, I think it was number 2, or it could have been number 3. No, it was number, I don't know, I can't remember. But Kratos gets into a fight with Apollo, and once he beats Apollo, he tears Apollo's head right off his shoulders with his bare hands. Okay, and that was brutal combat. Now Kratos would rather just punch people and snap their necks. Yeah, okay, thanks. And then, you know, you're fighting the same boss over and over again. You're fighting Boulder. You know, every time you think you're going to fight something new, it turns out to be Boulder. Or then there was Magni and Modi. Like Dumb and Dumber. They did a lot of good things. If I was to sum it up to one word, I would say it's average. That would be the word. God of War is average. Okay, they did some good things, but then they went backwards on others. You know, like the combat, like the brutality of Kratos. So what? He's older. You know, they shouldn't have changed him to the point where he doesn't want to kill anyone. I mean, that's a good part. You know, he's gotten older. He's more relaxed. He doesn't fight anymore. He's realized that killing all those people is a bad thing. And oh, excuse me. So yeah, maybe that's a good thing. Maybe they want to open up the door for a new hero. Maybe what's his name? Atreus? Yeah, Atreus. They might want to open up the door for him. Maybe make him this bow-wielding, badass, half god, half man, half Spartan sort of warrior. Didn't think of that, but that still doesn't change how the game is. The game is still average. Okay, when you go to fight the Valkyrie, it's hilarious, really, because the Valkyrie all fight the exact same way. Okay, the only one who fights differently is the one in Heimdall, I think, or what is it? The Challenge Arena area. Sorry, I've only played it once because I finished it. I can't be bothered with it. Okay, it's average. It's done. So, and I've gone way off track on this. So forget all that, because that was just a rant. I was talking about StarCraft being a first-person shooter and how that would be a great change and great direction for Blizzard to go. Now, like I was saying with Call of Duty, I don't want them to stop making strategy games. I don't want them to stop making StarCraft a strategy game. But they need to start opening their doors to new avenues of gaming. Okay, not just keep making the same thing over and over. I mean, can you imagine 20 years from now, Blizzard are going to have StarCraft 3 strategy, StarCraft 4, or Diablo 3, Diablo 4, Diablo 5. No, they've already got Diablo 3, sorry. That was that's alright. Diablo 3, I mean, I don't know. I would rather play Diablo 2 than Diablo 3. Mainly because I like the talent tree. Also, I wish the action bar would be a bit bigger. this is what I don't understand. I don't know why developers want to restrict players. Okay, why they want to tie one hand behind the back so they can only do so much. You have an action bar of 5 slots, okay, plus your 2 main attack and 4 slots, sorry, 4 slots, plus your left mouse button and your right mouse button. So you have 6 abilities. And yeah, you can change those abilities around, but I'd rather have like a whole array of them. I'd rather have them all, you know, and let me pick which ones take priority over others. It's like they've done it in all the Call of Duty games. They've laid restrictions down on what you can put on your weapon. In a real military situation, you can attach everything to your weapon: grenade launcher, laser sight, scope, under barrel thing, the hand thing. You can have it all, but developers want to handicap everyone. They want to tie one hand behind your back and let you do only so much. I'd rather do it all. That's what makes games fun, is you let us do it all. You let us have it all. I really hope that we see developers take new avenues of gaming. Okay, because to me, what I've just explained through the StarCraft scenario, to me, that's an evolution of gaming, where they take, like I've said it before, they take the core concept of a game, take that out, and make something completely off the rails. Look at Warhammer. It starts out as a tabletop game. It evolved into a PC game. Then, after, Warhammer 2, 40k, Warhammer 2, what is it? Dawn of War 2. They, and all the expansions and everything, they bring out Space Marine. And that's awesome. I don't know why people don't love that game and don't scream for more, because that was fun. That put you into the thick of battle. It was so awesome. You know, that they had the balls to take a new direction with their gaming. That's what other companies need to do. Now, I'm really excited for E3 this year. Not just because some of the games I'm looking forward to are going to be announced, but I'm hoping other games will be. I know Anthem is going to be, and I really hope BioWare pulls through with this, because they really need a comeback from the big disaster that was Mass Effect Andromeda. And if you've watched Angry Joe's review, I agree with pretty much all 3 of them, that it is not a bad game. You just can't play it the way you want to. And I think when Casey Hudson says play the hero you want, I think that's a jab at Mass Effect or at Andromeda, because we couldn't play the hero we wanted. So that's what their mission statement is now, is to play the hero you want, or play the character you want. So Anthem is going to be good. I hope so, because like I said, they really need to come back. Cyberpunk 2077, I'm super excited for that. CD Projekt Red really outdid themselves with The Witcher 3 and the 2 expansions, Blood and Wine and Heart of Stone. Metro Exodus, this is one of the games that I'd want to see there that hasn't been officially announced at being at E3. Yeah, so Metro Exodus, Darksiders 3, Overkill's The Walking Dead, I definitely want to see more of that. Black Ops 4, we'll probably see more of that tomorrow. Excuse me, as it's because I'm in Australia, it'll be the 18th, for us. The 17th will be for the Americans. So they might announce something later tonight, if anyone's willing to stay up that late. Rage 2, I hope to see more of that. World of Warcraft Battle for Azeroth. Shit. I hope they stop with the expansions. Okay, you know what it is? It's like a really old house. World of Warcraft has turned into a really old house, and it has all those nostalgic feelings, you know, but you just can't see them. You can't see them in the house or on the outside or the inside. You know they're there, but you can't see them. You can't touch them. You can feel it. And what it is they keep making these expansions, and it's like a new coat of paint on an old house. What Blizzard, I said this before, they need to make Diablo Online, and if not that, then a World of Warcraft 2. They don't have to stop World of Warcraft. They could still make that, but let people have what they want. People want vanilla servers. Give them that. Make it free to play. Let people buy crap. You know, give them access to a store of whole cosmetic stuff. Then you release World of Warcraft 2, and it's got updated graphics, facial animations, character customization, special effects, the whole works, the whole box and dice. You do that and you could really come back. Okay, but at the moment you're having fun. You like playing Hearthstone and Heroes of the Storm and by Overwatch. They're your fun games. Well, fun's over. Time to get back to serious games. Okay, sorry, but that's the truth. They're fun games. They're for the people who have had a rough day at work and they just want to come back and have a good game of cards or muck around with their friends on Heroes of the Storm or, you know, Overwatch. They're not serious games. They're not big hit games. Okay, StarCraft is a big hit. Diablo is a big hit. Okay, Warcraft is a big hit. World of Warcraft was a big hit. Now it's not. Sorry, it's not. I also forgetting Blizzard, because get me talking about Blizzard and I get worked up over them because I'm sick of their crap. Going back to BioWare, I've sent Casey Hudson 2 Microsoft Word documents. One outlining what I liked about Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3. And the second document is basically outlining what I think would make a good story for Mass Effect 3. For Mass Effect Andromeda 2. Sorry, not Mass Effect 3. Which I might do another video of that because I've got it all written down. And like, I've got it all here as well. You know, as I played through each one, I wrote it down, what I think would be good, what's a great story, who would be good teammates in Andromeda 2. I'll give you the highlights. Instead of working for Cerberus, we are Cerberus. Our character is Cerberus. Okay? We believe in their ideals, we believe in their mottos, their laws, whatever. You know, we believe it. We live and breathe Cerberus. This is BioWare's chance to really let Cerberus shine, okay, and bring back a good Mass Effect game. Now, the reason why I call it Andromeda 2 is because they've set this story up in Andromeda, this whole new universe. They can't go back to the Mass Effect universe because now we've moved 600 years later. All right, going back to that time wouldn't make a lot of sense. Having Andromeda 2, you play as a Cerberus commander, and for those of you who have finished it, you know that the Ket will be back. So this is their chance to really bring their allies together, bring all their resources. This is a time of peace, but they know the threat is looming on the horizon. So the Pathfinders reach out to the edges of the Helios system to try and find new allies, more resources, things like that. They come back and they're constructing, with all the resources together, combined and put together, they could create this massive warship, which I've called the Titan class warship. And oh man, I'm going to do a separate video because it's huge. I love it. Now, I don't claim to be an expert or talented game designer, but all I have is an idea. And I hope that idea reaches Casey Hudson. I hope he looks at those files and agrees with some of the things I've put in there. If not, then oh well. Good luck to them. Wish them all the best. And I hope the next Mass Effect game actually works out better than the last. Whew. Okay. Alright, thanks for watching, everyone. Stay tuned for E3. I will be doing videos on what they discuss, what they announce, my thoughts and opinions. I've also... I was going to do a video for Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Unfortunately, when I pre-ordered my collector's edition, I was one of the very last few people to order one. As soon as I got my order in, it basically disappeared off their website, off of EB Games' website. So I wasn't able to do a video on that. But I'm sure there's images on Google that you can find to see that it's a Lara Croft statue with a bunch of DLC and a few other little cool things. So I will be doing an unboxing of that. Yes, I'll also be covering some of the... I'll try and cover all the games that get announced at E3. But the main ones will be Anthem, Black Ops 4, Rage 2. What else was there? Sorry, yeah, Cyberpunk 2077 for sure. I mean, everyone will be making videos of that. I think the most popular ones around now is Yongye's collection. He did a whole I think it's a 50-minute video or 60-minute video where he covers every single detail of Cyberpunk 2077's development life. Metro Exodus, Darksiders 3, I hope some of them get shown off. What else was there? Days Gone, hell yes. The Division 2, I hope they are going to announce that on PC. It will be a real shame if they only plan on bringing it to PS4 and Xbox One. For those of you who live in Australia, if you go onto EB Games' website, they only have it on PS4 and Xbox One. They don't have it for PC. The Last of Us 2, yes. Death Stranding, I hope to see more of. What else? Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah, Tsushima. That looks pretty good. What else was there? Overkill's Walking Dead, yes. I think I've mentioned that one. What else? Left Alive, I think, looks pretty good, or sounds pretty good. Oh, and Bethesda's new one. What is it? Starfield. I think it is. To be the next AAA RPG. Yeah, Starfield. I hope we see more of that. Red Dead Redemption 2, Shadow of the Tomb Raider. What else is there? I mean, it's like Far Cry. You know, they've made what, 5 Far Cries now, and they all play exactly the same thing. You're running around an open world, killing people, and doing side missions and taking down some evil bad guy. Why does it have to be on Earth? Hey? Far Cry in space, where you take on alien races. Developers have got to start thinking outside the box rather than keeping everything contained to our planet. Immortal Unchained, I hope to see more of. I don't care about The Crew 2. That's way off my list of games to get. And that's pretty much it. There are some other games that I'm waiting on, like Rad Rogers. I think I'd like that one because that's a platform-looking game. What else? Starlink Battle for Atlas. Not sure what that one is. Oh yeah, that's a space game as well. Interstellar pilots dedicated to free the Atlas star system from the Forgotten Legion and evil robot force. Sounds pretty good. Some of you, going back to Andromeda, some of you might say the Angaran look really stupid, but you have to remember that they're a brand new alien race, and not every race can look as beautiful as the Asari. Can't be as intelligent as the Solarian. Can't be as fierce as the Krogan, or as determined as the Turians, or as unpredictable as humans. They've got to have their own look, their own feel, their own attributes, So yeah, those fins on their head, I hope they keep them, but I hope they do something with the chest, because the chest looks weird. But if they don't, then so be it. I don't really have a big issue with it. It does look weird, I agree on that, but it doesn't affect how I play the game. Well, can only play the game one way, can you? Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for E3. It's only 3 weeks away now, 3 or 4 weeks, and I will be covering as much as I can from home. I hope to go there someday. I'm currently working on a Division agent outfit, cosplay outfit, so I hope to go there someday with it.